Hi everyone, welcome back to Rona is Reading. Today we are actually not reading, that was part 1. We are going to be tier ranking a decent amount of other media I interacted with this year. So yeah, buckle up. Let's jump in. Alright, so movies and TV should be relatively more simple than books. My cats are having crazy cat hour. First up is Poker Face. I watched seasons 1 and 2 of this. It's kind of like what if Natasha Lyonne was on the run from the mob and also was Columbo. This is an excellent show. I really liked it. I like Natasha Lyonne in it. It's just really well written. I like a well written mystery. I'm gonna put it in. It's good. This next movie, I watched Barnyard. This is kind of an older one. It's about what if all of the animals in the barn could talk Toy Story style and they had shindigs at night and shenanigans ensued. Yeah, it does what it says on the tin. I don't know, this isn't really up my alley. Then I watched Superman 2025. I love a superhero movie, and this one was incredibly well written, and also made me go, oh yeah, sometimes if you write like an uncomplicatedly good character, things get complicated. I'm gonna put this also in, it's good, maybe around here. This was way early this year. I watched the first couple seasons of Grey's Anatomy. I don't know quite where I fell off. It was maybe in like season 2-ish, or it was like after season 2, maybe midway through season 3. I found out that a character I like dies further down the road, and then I got really sad about it and stopped. I would say it does what it says on the tin. I liked watching this a lot. It sure has been a Grey Anatomy. Andor season 1, I watched this year with a bunch of friends. This is absolutely going in new favorite. This is the prequel to one of the characters in Rogue One who is a pivotal rebel in starting the Rebel Alliance of Star Wars. This show just does like an excellent job of character interactions and maintaining really high stakes and showcasing the complexities of a rebellion and a lot of the nuance that isn't necessarily in a lot of the Star Wars films. I'll go ahead and rate Andor Season 2 as well. This one I still liked, but I liked a lot less than Season 1, especially some of the characters' endings were unnecessarily comp-het. I will still put it in, it's good, it's just gonna be a little lower down. Next is Hell of a Boss Season 2. I watched this when I was dealing with some chronic fatigue. This show's pretty good. It is better than Has Been Hotel. I'll put it like low down in it's good. There's a lot of melodrama in Season 2. And then, since I'm talking about it, I did end up watching Has Been Hotel Season 2 when I was sick a couple weeks ago. I would say it does what it says on the tin. It sure has been a hotel. We were there. We saw it. Next up is Sinners. It's a vampire film set in the Deep South. Kind of takes a wild turn in the second act, but it's good. And then Sin City, which I believe is a comic book adaptation. It's kind of a bunch of random, vaguely interlocking stories about this like dumb comic book city. This is maybe the worst movie I've ever watched. I'm putting it in the sidest of eyes, particularly for that one character who has that one symbol. I don't know why I watched that. It was not my choice. I missed talking about this when I talked about Andor. And then after my friend group watched Andor, we rewatched Rogue One. I would say it's right near the top of does what it says on the tin. Especially on rewatch, it's not as strong of a film. I feel like it really depends on your emotional gut reaction to it. Kind of shocking that they wrote as good of a show as Andor based off of Rogue One. Next down here is Megamind. Watched a lot of kids movies this year. This one's a classic. We rewatched it for nostalgia. It's good. It's another superhero flick that's kind of like poking fun at superhero flicks and supervillain flicks. And then Pokemon the Movie 3, which is my personal favorite Pokemon movie. Hi, I'm a bit of a Pokemon fan. This is basically a psychological horror mystery Pokemon movie starring this girl named Molly who gets every wish she possibly wants granted. How could that be a bad thing when she's grieving a father she just lost? I'm gonna put this at kind of the lower end of it's good because like it is very much still very kiddie in its exposition, but it's really good. And then of course I did watch K-pop Demon Hunters. I didn't put their music in my music section, but know that I love the music. It's amazing. I'm gonna put this near the top of it's good because I really, really like this movie. I think the music is astounding, and the animation style and some of the things it focuses on are really, really great and really, really, like, pushing the envelope. But, like, some of the pacing is not quite there for me. Put it around here. And then the last movie I watched this year was My Neighbor Totoro. This movie really holds up. It's such, like, a warm blanket of a watch. I love the way that Studio Ghibli portrays kids as, like, they have these whole inner worlds, and then they also, like, are still kids, but they're never, like, infantilized in a way that, like, some media does it. Also, Totoro is amazing. I think I maybe also watched Spirited Away. Yeah, I'm just gonna put all of these there. Hey, I forgot about the Murderbot show. I watched that. It was different from the books, but I would also put it somewhere in. It's good. Alrighty, let's move on to video games. This was a pretty good gaming year for me overall. Like, I gamed more than I usually do, probably because I was a bit stressed out. At the very start of the year, I replayed Harvest Moon DS Cute, which is the Harvest Moon game I grew up playing. It is, like, very much an inspiration for Stardew Valley, like, directly. Yeah, I don't know, it's good. I can't put it anywhere else. I love this little game. Just recently, I've been playing through Harvest Moon Magical Melody for the first time, which is definitely good. Like, I feel like it's one of the only Harvest Moons I've played where I feel like it's plausible to actually finish it without a wiki in a reasonable amount of time. I did vaguely look at wikis for it, but that's always a huge plus in my books when a video game is doable without having 80 tabs open on your internet browser. Also good, also fixes my brain. Definitely has a couple characters in it that make me go, But it's good. It's good. Next, I played The Sims Bustin' Out. I had played, like, the start of this game as a child and just now got back to it and finished the whole thing. This game makes pixels on the screen look like they're screaming, but if you can get past the awful graphics, then it's, like, genuinely a really fun, silly time. All of the dialogue is really goofy. Like, it's very much the, like, Sims 2 era, what the heck is happening type of dialogue. I'll put this also in It's Good, probably a little below Magical Melody. I'm gonna go in the chronological order for these Pokemon games here. So at the start of the year, I was replaying certain parts of Pokemon Platinum for National Dex stuff. I have this, like, long project to finish my National Pokedex on hardware for this. It's good. I mean, it's kind of the Pokemon game. Then I played Pokemon Odyssey, which was a ROM hack following the storyline of Etrian Odyssey. This was an excellent ROM hack. I really, really liked this one. Yeah, I'll put it a little higher, and it's good. And then Pokemon Legenza, as I call it, but it is actually called Legends ZA. I had a great time with this Pokemon game. This is the newest one. It's set in Lumio City, which is basically like Pokemon Paris, and is following like real-time battle system, there's more mega evolutions, all this jargon. I think I am gonna put this in new this one I think I'm gonna put also near the top of it's good. This one I really super liked. It's really refreshing to see Pokemon try new things and go in new directions, because so much of the 3DS and Switch era, I feel, was just it stagnating as a franchise. Then, I don't know if this really counts as a video game, but I've been using Focus Friend by Hank Green a lot. I love this silly little bean. It's really nice to have a focus app that doesn't have a million ads. And the free version is reasonable to use. This might seem unreasonable. I'm gonna put this in new favorite. Then I played Celeste over the summer, basically. This is a platforming game following the main character Madeline as she's climbing this mountain, even though she's not really a mountain climber, and it's somewhat to run away from her problems, but she ends up facing them anyways. I loved the gameplay of this game. It felt like very supremely fair at all times, even though it was really, really hard, and the story was good. That's like a trifecta. I'm gonna put this, I think, also in new favorite. This one's a little higher up. Also, over the summer, I played the new Fantasy Life game. I've been waiting about a decade for this game to come out because Fantasy Life on 3DS is one of my favorite cozy games ever. This game, though it fixed all of the quality of life issues I had with the original, also like very much downgraded the story and the gameplay loop and the characters, and also it's a game about time travel, and I'm really not certain that the developers know how time travel works. I will put it in does what it says on the tin. Next, this was a recommendation from a friend. I played Katamari Damacy Reroll. This is the silliest, goofiest, campiest game I've ever played, and I love it. You're just rolling up the world into a little ball. I've showed this game to multiple of my friends. They also love it. It is going straight into new favorites. And then I played maybe like a third of the story of The Witcher 3, probably gonna get back to it at some point. I really like this game. I like the open world and the combat system. It is gonna go into does what it says on the tin because of the woman of it all. I'm liking it so far, and I am excited to see where it goes. Alright, let us rate some podcasts. I just picked the podcasts I listened to most of this year and the ones that I have things to say about. I think we'll start with the non-fiction ones and then talk about the fiction ones. If Books Could Kill, I love this podcast. I think their episodes this year have been a little weaker, but it basically breaks down non-fiction bestsellers of the, like, self-help and business and sometimes just straight non-fiction variety, and kind of calls them on their BS most of the time, and uncovers a lot of pseudo-intellectualism and racism and things like that. This one's good. I like the hosts. It's going in. It's good. Alright, next is Maintenance Phase. This is by one of the same hosts as If Books Could Kill. This basically talks about bullshit health trends of various seriousnesses. This is also really good. I caught up on a lot of the backlog of this podcast this year, and I really, really like it. I like both the hosts, Michael Hobbs and Aubrey Gordon, do a fantastic job here. For this year, I think I'm gonna put it above If Books Could Kill, but that's mostly just based on the episodes that I've listened to this year. This next podcast I listened to was The Devil You Know. This is Sarah Marshall's dedicated Satanic Panic podcast. I thought this was fairly well researched. I know Sarah Marshall has been very interested in researching the Satanic Panic for ages. I'm gonna put it in the top of does what it says on the tin. Maybe like here. This next one is Behind the Bastards. This basically unpacks diabolical historical figures from history. Episodes are like a little hit or miss based on who the figure is. I think I'm gonna put it I think I'm also gonna put it in Does What It Says on the Tin. I have listened to a ton of 5 to 4 this year. This is a podcast about why the Supreme Court sucks. It basically goes over historical 5 to 4 decisions by the Supreme Court and sort of unpacks the legal arguments behind them in like very accessible language. They've been doing a lot of current events this past year, which has been really indispensable. I'm gonna put this in probably near the top of It's Good, based on their coverage from this year. The next 2 nonfiction podcasts are both different seasons of the same podcast. First is Fiasco, the AIDS Crisis. This is going directly into new favorites. This is an excellent piece of journalism about the AIDS crisis and how it was mismanaged from the beginning, and the activists on the ground and the people actually trying to help and the people actively letting people die. It's a very dark listen, but I highly recommend. And then next is Fiasco Benghazi. This was also incredibly well researched. I just found the subject matter a little less compelling than the AIDS crisis season. I am still gonna put it in It's Good. It's good. And then the last nonfiction podcast is basically a news and current events pop culture podcast, a bit fruity with Matt Bernstein. Also good. I've listened to a decent amount of this year to try and keep up with news headlines, and I tend to like the analysis on this podcast. Alright, and then I had a very bad fiction podcast listening year. I don't know why I was listening to Malevolent for so long, but I finally DNF'd it this year. It's not for me. It's very much not for me. I'm annoyed with myself that it took me so long to realize that. I see exactly why the people who like it, however I do not. Another DNF, but this is a more moderate one. I stopped listening to the Magnus Protocol Season 2 about halfway through. I think I just got very frustrated with the week-to-week pacing, so I'm gonna go back and listen to it all when it's all released, but I don't know, I just got very frustrated with some of the world-building choices that they made in this season. I will put it in Does What It Says on the Tin. Definitely above Uzumaki. And then Sherlock & Co., which I need to catch up on, is basically a modern retelling of all of the Sherlock Holmes stories. I like to pitch it as what if BBC Sherlock had been good and actually a mystery show. It's really excellent. They're doing a great job. I'm gonna put it in It's Good. These are the top few music artists I listened to this year, or the ones I had things to say about. I have zoomed out a little for these next couple of sections. First Aid Kit is a folk band based out of somewhere. I have loved them for years. I think I put them here because I really got into Palomino this year, which is their latest album. I'm gonna put them in It's Good. K Tempest had a new album out this year, and I actually haven't listened fully to it enough to have an opinion on it, but I have listened to the singles, really liked them. K Tempest is one of my favorite artists. I really love him as an artist and have been listening to his music since 2012 or something, so not necessarily a new favorite, but always good. Hozier is here because I saw him at ACL again this year. Genuinely a sensational concert, quickly becoming politically one of my favorite artists as well as musically. One of my pals got me really into King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard this year. That is who this is. They got some really good instrumental stuff and some really good lyrical stuff. They're good. It's up there. These guys are Spoon. I've been listening to Spoon again for years, so they're not necessarily a new favorite, but I very much fell back in love with a couple of their older albums this year, and I gotta put them up in It's Good. I feel like I have a Spoon album for every era of my life, which is not corresponding to release order at all, and right now it is Gimme Fiction. Next here is Porter Robinson. I started listening to a lot more of his music because of Land of the Lustrous. I found his songs pertinent to that, but also, like, it's just like the perfect ADHD electronic for my brain. That's going in good. My Chemical Romance is here. I got way into them last year. I kind of missed out on them as a teenager. And yeah, they're good. I listen to them a lot when I'm writing fight scenes, which is why they're at the top of my Spotify artists, like, every year. Phantogram, who I've been a fan of for years, but finally saw in concert for the first time at ACL, and they're amazing. I especially love their new album. I don't know if it will end up being my favorite Phantogram album, but I really fell in love with it. The Oh Hellos are a little folk band based out of El Paso, Texas, who I saw this year. They put on an amazing concert. I love their vibe. I want to give a shout out to the multiple Stormlight Archive fans I heard actively talking about the Cosmere in the line and the concert. It's funny. I had a great time at their concert, and I had a great time listening to their music. I love their stuff. This band here is Amble. They are a band coming out of Ireland in a folksier vein than Hosier's newer stuff. Very interesting lyrics. Very, like, full stories as songs, which is something I really like in an artist. I'm gonna put them in. It's good. Really about here. This band is Polo and Pan, who I was going to see at ACL but ended up not. They're an electronic band out of France, and they have, I'll put them in, does what it says on the tin. Pretty high up. Got really into Dochi over the summer. We gotta put Dochi in. It's good. I don't know. Like I say, this list isn't really in order anymore. I had a bit of a Lady Gaga moment this year. This is obviously her new album, but I did go back and listen to some of her older stuff as well. This might be controversial. I like a lot of her singles, but I am gonna put her in Does What It Says on the Tin. I still really like a lot of her music. I also went to see St. Vincent in concert for the first time this year, which you might have seen from my St. Vincent candle that one of my pals made for me. And this album absolutely blew my mind. It's basically no skips. It's doing some sensational stuff. I have to put this in new favorites. This quickly got onto my top 10 albums of all time list. This is maybe the Justice album I've listened to the most of this year, but I have to shout out their newer album, Hyperdrama, and their old album, Justice. They're just my go-to electronic band. I really like their stuff. I've gotta put them in. It's good. Darren Eng, who is a video game piano cover composer. I absolutely love his piano covers. I always put them on when I'm reading, and I listen to a bunch of his stuff. I'm gonna put this on Does What It Says on the Tin, because that's what it is, it's piano covers, but also no shade. So, at ACL this year, I was one of the people at the doors, not to get in to rush the fence for Sabrina Carpenter, who was also playing on Saturday, but to run over to S.L. Hauser's concert, who was playing first, because Hibiscus is fully one of my favorite albums of the year. This album, lyrically and musically, is sensational and really introspective. This is the singer-songwriter sort of stuff I want to see in the world. I also listened to a bit more of the Magic City Hippies this year. I loved this album in particular, which is called Enemies. I gotta put them in. Does what it says on the tin. Slightly more negative take. I love this artist, Jade Bird, but I do not love her new album. I've listened to it a decent amount of times now. Musically it's there, lyrically it is struggling, so I'm gonna put this down in none for me, thanks. This is just her most recent album, but I saw Marina in concert this year at ACL. I probably sound like a broken record about that at this point. I like a lot of her bops. I think she did great in concert. This is another one of my favorite EDM albums. Specifically this one, Pretty Lights, Dancing Under the City Skies, Part 2. I don't know what they put in this album, it's so good. I'm gonna put this one up in. It's good. Magdalena Bay, of course, is here. They are, as most people will know, one of my favorite bands. I saw them again at ACL. They basically just played their Imaginal Disc show, which was a little disappointing for me, but also, I love them. I love them a lot, and I loved them a lot this year. Next is a new find, kind of for my reading hour. Lindsay Chia is like a classically trained guitarist. She has an excellent single and then also this album that's perfect background classical guitar music, and it's amazing, and I really have got my eye on her to see how she keeps going. I'll put her around here. Also from ACL, I saw this band called Inoha, which is based out of San Antonio. They're kind of like a surf rock inspired indie rock band. They're really such a good vibe. I'm just gonna put them in this block of, it's good. And then last but not least is Xenadelphia, who is Xena from Philadelphia. She writes kind of soul-inspired singer-songwriter type pop music. I absolutely love her music and her voice and her lyrics and the stories she tells in her songs, and she is absolutely going into new favorites. For my very small other section, I'm just going to quickly talk about some of the events and museums I went to this year. I attended the DCI 2025 finals. It was maybe the perfect year to attend in person. Everyone brought their best. I have to put this in new fave just dropped for the winning show, among others. Five big booms. I also, over summer, went to the Denver Museum of Nature Science, which has, like, my favorite rock and mineral exhibit. I'm a kind of a geology nerd. This one, put it in, it's good. Houston Museum of Natural Science, quite similar. I enjoyed some of their, like, special exhibits. I loved their butterfly exhibit. I'm gonna put it slightly lower down, but also in, it's good. Last but not least, I went to the MFA Houston. This was a good time. I did not know where I was the entire time I was in this museum, but there was cool art, so it was fine. I think does what it says on the tin for this guy. Very quickly, I'm just gonna throw some of my favorite YouTubers into this tier system. If I talked about all of these guys individually, it would take all day. I'll time lapse, and if I have anything to say about any of them, I will just say it here. Alrighty, so here's the final if you are at all interested. It's generally favorite to least favorite within a tier, but not entirely. Wow. I can't believe you're still here. Good job. You made it. That's all the stuff I'm gonna subject you to today. Don't worry. Make sure to like and subscribe. It does help me, like, a lot. I will see you guys in the new year with some reading resolutions, bingo, reading wrap-up type stuff.